deep inside, what do you want?
Yeah.
What is your journey and what are you looking for? And then find somebody that's been on that journey.
Yeah.
And then say, how did you get there? Can you help me?
Hello, everybody. I'm super excited to have the one and only Toni Caruso, who is going to be a wildlife and business conference speaker. She's going to just let us dive into everything, Toni. I'm super excited. Let's start.
What do you want to know?
I want to know, Toni, since I have your time, what got you started on the path that landed you in Dallas? Like, what brought you here?
Well, it was March.
Okay.
I was getting ready for a event. I'm an event planner, been an event planner for over 30 years. And I was getting ready for an event. We had 22,000 people coming to the LA Convention Center. And all of a sudden, we started getting all these notices from our speakers that were coming from out of the country. France, South Africa. I mean, you can't come. Flights are being canceled. They're closing down the country. It was 2020. So a week before the whole country closed down, we closed our event and had to make all kinds of arrangements, take it online. And so 2020, which was going to be my largest year ever as an event planner, going to be traveling all over the country, everything stopped. And I ended up sitting on the couch with a bottle of white wine and chips and salsa and crying in my milk because, life just ended. And I'm sure we all felt that way.
Yes.
We all had that issue.
In the pandemic, it killed us all.
Exactly.
Internally.
But how did we all, and I don't like the word pivot because I don't think it's a pivot. I think sometimes it's a total turnaround. And it took me months and working with my clients, and they kept saying, do you think it's going to be open in August? I'm like, yeah, we're going to be open in August. Yeah, no, it shut down again. So it was a horrible experience. I was in California and everything was shut down in California. So I was on a one-on-one with Sandra Yancey, who's the co-founder of eWomen, and I've been a member of eWomen since 2015. And she basically asked me the questions like, where do you see yourself? What do you love to do? What is your biggest thing? And I said, I love my back to school for speakers, teaching speakers the business of speaking from an event planner in the back of the room. And she says, let's build a coaching program. And I go, I really don't want to be a coach. No, come on. And in 45 minutes, she had changed my entire business model, and she'd opened up an entirely different world to me to where I just ran with it. She told me what to do. I did A, B, C, D, filled my coaching program in 3 months, made 3 times what I had made the year before.
And this was when?
This was 2021.
Oh, wow. So it wasn't even that long of a span of time.
No,
Wow.
It was like, just do it. And I think the important thing is you have to have someone in your life who sees you bigger than you can see yourself.
That's good.
Because you are your own barriers. You're in your head. You have, oh, I can't do that. I'm not big enough to do that. No one's going to, you tell your family and your family says, whoa, who do you think you are? Like, that's not going to happen, So you have to have somebody, a mentor, someone on the outside who says, hey, listen, you can do this. I see this in you. This is your journey where you go. And thank God for that. Mm-hmm. And things happened. We ended up moving from California to Dallas, which let me tell you, I love Dallas. And Sandra and I met and with Kim Yancey, her husband, and they asked me to take over the speaker network.
Oh, wow.
Because my coaching program had done so well. She'd seen what I've done in my Academy for Speakers. She said, let's take that and put it under the eWomen umbrella.
I want to dive into something that you said that I really liked. You said sometimes it's not always your family that's, your pick-me-up. And I think sometimes we lean on our family because we just assume, okay, family is going to be the one to always pick me up. And what made you know what voice to listen to take encouragement? Because I'm sure you heard other things, like get another career, like do something else,
Right.
What made you keep going? And, speaking is not easy. Like, what made you stay?
Well, I knew that I had information. As an event planner, I had seen speakers make some really stupid mistakes.
Okay.
Things
Bring
they
us
didn't know.
into that.
Okay, so you don't know what you don't know.
Yes.
So let's say you're a speaker and 3 days before the event, you've been a speaker and you've been a part of this event for 3 months, let's say. And all of a sudden, 3 days before, you're calling me up as the event planner saying, I'd like to change my topic title. Or, you know what, I want to change my slides that I sent you. Or what kind of mic am I going to have? I really want a Janet Jackson mic and not the handheld mic. Well, if you don't know the event planning world, you don't know that 3 days before an event, it's crunch time.
Yes.
We have everything done. We are now working with things that are last minute, event issues, food issues, all these bigger things. And so they bother you. And so they're giving you all these problems. And also, you send an email out and you say, okay, I'd like to have your picture, your topic, your title, all the things so that we can promote you on our website. And they don't send it to you. So then you're having to go after them and after them. I just feel as though it was missing as to speakers understanding it's not about them on the stage. They are a messenger.
Yes.
It's about the event itself. And if you don't ask the right questions and understand the event process, you're going to make mistakes to where me as an event planner, I look at you and go, oh, I'm not going to have her speak on my stage again. She was too high maintenance.
I want to jump in, and I hope the audience is listening. There's something that she's saying that I think in this kind of atmosphere of everyone's a guru, everyone's a coach, everyone's, a voice of authority, that sometimes they think so much of being in that position of voice of authority, guru, and all that stuff, that they forget, who am I doing this for?
Right.
People are not coming to you because they want to spend a lot of money. They're not coming to you because they just, worship the ground that you walk on. Like, as someone who's doing an event or a speaker, they're coming to you because they're hungry for something.
Right.
They need their, spirit, souls, knowledge, wisdom, whatever it is, they need to be fed.
Right.
So I'm glad you said that, because I think that's sometimes missing. But
well, a lot of times, you have that speaker that gets on and they have that slick car salesman kind of feel.
Yes.
And as soon as they walk on the stage, you're just like, oh, I don't like this person.
Yeah.
It's all about being authentic.
Yes.
It's all about telling stories. It's all about sharing your experience.
Yes.
Because we want to know, have you been there? Do you understand my
Yes.
problem? I want you to understand my problem because you've had a solution and you've actually gone through it.
Yeah.
You just didn't read it in a book or take a course.
I love that. And one thing I will say that I love about you, and for you guys who don't know Toni, like when I talk to Toni, it's like, Toni, we need to talk. Why? Because Toni is like that go-to aunt that you've always wanted to tell you the truth and get you there faster, not to beat around the bush. And there's a loving honesty that she has. And I mean, you guys, y'all, if you don't know Toni, like, I'm gonna need you to know Toni Caruso, because she's just a whole situation and amazing. But I digress. What I'm trying to say in essence is, I know you didn't, I don't know, maybe that is how you are naturally, but is there any part of your journey that has made you more just authentic? Like you don't beat around the bush. You're honest, you're kind, you're loving. I mean, you're a straight shooter.
Well, you have to
you're
understand,
loving though.
I've been in the back of the room. And I've watched these speakers get up there and they're selling their conferences or they're selling their coaching programs. And I'm seeing people come to the back of the room and be hesitant about signing up for things.
Yes.
And they're like, I don't have the money. Or, oh, I just bought the guy yesterday, his. Or do you really think they're speakers? And I don't say all of them, but there are speakers out there that are preying on audiences to make money. And I want to be honest and just say, hey, listen, if you want some help, I am glad to help you. And I have different opportunities for you to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say, oh, well, buy my $25,000 program. You'll be in my program for a year. But you know what? You're not going to really be working with me. You're going to be working with these people down here. And I'm going to hand you off to my assistant because I'm too big to work for you. I mean, there's a whole sea of people out there. Everybody wants to be a speaker. And let me tell you, every one of you is a speaker, because if you're on a phone, if you're in a meeting, you're speaking.
That's true.
So you have to be a speaker and have to understand messaging. But that doesn't mean that you have to purchase these huge programs and spend all this money and then also hire someone to get you on stages where they take 10%. And, it's a money grab. So just know, deep inside, what do you want?
Yeah.
What is your journey and what are you looking for? And then find somebody that's been on that journey.
Yeah.
And then say, how did you get there? Can you help me?
And in that vein, would you say is the importance of having a mentor? Having, like, there are people who are like, okay, I'm a coach, or I'm a, this or whatever, do my 3-step program, which
Right.
we've already talked about is just not the way to go. But there is an importance in mentorship, people who
Absolutely.
have been there. So how do you know the difference between the one that's coming in as the mentor, true mentor, who's really trying to help you scale and get to where you're trying to go, and not, agenda oriented, but, just honest about who they are? How would the audience know what's the difference?
All I know is I know what I did.
Okay.
And I spent 2020 sitting on the couch, not making any money. No money, zero. Maybe $3,000. And I watched Sandra Yancey pivot from an in-person event company at eWomenNetwork and immediately within a month take everything online and just change her entire business model to an online model and make it work. I watched her go out and learn and find different things. So I was watching her and I went, ooh, I want to do what she does. So then when I had the opportunity to do a mastermind with her, I was on her very first virtual event that she did. It was amazing. And she offered a mastermind. And it was the first time she'd ever done anything virtually. And it was $10,000. And I had made what, $3,000? And I sat there and I was like, hit the button, like buying it. Changed my whole life. But I knew that I watched what she had done and how she had changed her entire business model of live events to online. And I watched how she was like making it work and finding new ways. And those are the kind of people I want to be around.
I'm glad you said that. And in that, with what you just said, I know that there's somebody who's going to say, if that's my last 10K and then I end up bumping into one of those people that talk like they're about something, but they're really not, then I'm broke. So how can I make sure that I'm getting a Yancey? Like, how do I make sure that I'm getting that and not someone who's trying to scheme?
Well, usually, especially at events, there are people in the audience that have worked with those speakers because those speakers bring their people with them.
Got it.
So then I would say, can you introduce me to someone who's gone through your program? And they usually highlight them so you know who they are, and go up to them and ask the honest questions. For me, I work with a speaker network, and there are speakers that join and then they never show up for anything. And there are speakers that join and they want this help and you give them the help, but they don't do it. I am someone, tell me what to do. I'm going to do it. So it's not just about the coach or the mentor. It's about, are you willing to take the mentorship and do the steps necessary to grow your business?
Yeah.
Because you can tell people all day, we've been in the room and giving ideas and stuff, and you walk away with all these ideas.
Yeah.
If you don't take action on at least a couple of them, then what good was it to have the mentorship in the room?
I totally agree. Oh my goodness. Like, just one thing I love about just talking to you, Toni, is the wealth of wisdom that you come with.
Thank you.
One thing I just want our audience to just hear and get is just the value of real people. We live in a society that pumps up fakeness.
Right.
From social media to how people do business to just, everywhere is filled with facades.
Right.
And having someone that's authentic and really telling you the truth from a loving position, it's so rare that I want to just say thank you for being you, first of all. And I hope that our audience is really getting the fact that finding people like how you found Yancey, how, I'm getting to, meet and know you, Toni, like it's so valuable. And if you are a speaker, just know that what she's saying here is priceless. Like, people are so drained right now, and people need real people.
Right.
People need real people. Now, I want you to tell me, with people constantly telling people to be fake, you know, it may seem like an easy no-brainer, but I think a lot of people struggle with this. How are you real, but at the same time, not selling yourself too cheap or not seeming too unprofessional? Like, what's that balance?
Well, it's all about, if you're a speaker, it's all about your stories. Tell an honest story. And don't say, in 1942, I was done it, just go,
Y'all just saw Toni, by the way.
So, it's just, don't put on that facade. Don't stand in the back, in the wings and like taking these deep breaths. And we're all, like, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to kill it. And, and I truly believe that you begin with the end in mind.
Yeah.
So why are you getting on the stage? What is your purpose? And when you're on that stage, you're speaking to one person. Who is that one person? Who is that one ideal client? Because if you're talking to one person, the people in the room are going to think you're talking to them.
Yes.
And go, oh, she's talking to me. I got to get to know her.
Yeah.
It's the people that I do it for everybody and everybody, you can't be everywhere for everybody. You've got to have one ideal client and you have to know who they are. I have a lot of people give them a name, and just kind of resonate with that. And then when you get out there, you're talking to Susan or Cheryl or Joe or Paul, whatever it is. It's a persona. They make a certain amount of money. They've been in business a certain amount of time. Their struggles, their three biggest problems in their business are this, this, and this. And that's what you're talking to.
That's good.
And people in the audience will resonate with you. When you're trying to help everyone, you help no one.
That's good. When you're trying to help everyone, you help no one. We are called to certain people.
Yes.
I love it.
Speakers are messengers. You're up there to give a message. You're not up there to sell, to make money. If that's your purpose and that's what you're thinking of, like I just paid $5,000.
You just said that you're not up there to what?
Sell and make money.
I love that. So I hope everyone was listening. You're not up there to sell and make money. I mean, that's what people sell us all the time. Like, you're not going to make it in this game unless you're selling and you're, and
well, I'm on every speaker's feed and they're all, I can help you get paid $25,000 for a keynote. Keynotes are dead. People are not paying for speakers right now. It's not. It is either you book gigs yourself or you buy gigs. You pay to be on a stage. Those are the ways that you get on stages, or you have your own stage. There's all kinds of ways that you can get on stages. The 1% of the 1% are getting paid, unless you are speaking to colleges, universities, PTAs, large corporations. Those are the ones with the budgets.
So are you saying now things have shifted to, if you want to get paid as a speaker, if you do want to truly be a speaker as a career,
right,
that's where you need to be.
Right. I believe that you could pay me $25,000 to go on in front of 200 people and give my talk. And if I'm a really good speaker and I have a great return on my investment and I know that I can close 25% of that room. So say out of what's 25% of 200, I can't do the math in my head. So it's 50 people. 50 people, and your program is $2,000. You just made $100,000, but you were willing to take $25,000 to speak on that stage. So if you understand the business and your ROI and understand how you can use it, you'll make more money than getting paid.
Yes. So for all you aspiring speakers out there, just to break down what she said to those who are probably new in the industry, she's saying that being a speaker is actually an investment before there's a return.
Yes.
So sometimes you have to pay to be on a certain stage. But the good thing about it is when you have the right programs to help people, when you have the right product, to help people with, now when you're speaking on a stage, you don't necessarily have to sell that product. All you have to do is be yourself and genuinely help people. The product itself that you're bringing to the table is what you need to sell, and not on the stage. Just have it to sell in general.
Right. So, and show up early, stay late.
Yes.
Be a part of the event.
Yes.
Because I've done a lot of closing of deals in the bathroom, In the
I was
bar?
in the bathroom.
Yeah, people like, oh my God, you were on the stage. I wanted to ask you a question. You know, you have to be there. Don't be the
Yes,
speaker that
yes.
shows up 10 minutes before, gets mic'd up, does their little like, oh, getting their power up. They get on the stage, they speak. I'll be in the back of the room for 15 minutes and then they disappear. Because we would have people come up to us and go, where is Joe? He spoke earlier. I have a question to ask. He's not here. Here's his website or whatever. He's not there in the room.
Yeah.
So stay there and work the room and get people to know you, because it is a know, like, and trust.
Yeah.
And if you're on a stage for 20 minutes, you are not going to be able to get people to know, like, and trust you to buy a $25,000 program from you in 20 minutes. It just doesn't happen. So there's a lot of little things in there that you have to know about the business of speaking. It's not just, oh, I want to be on stage. I have a great message to share. Yeah. There's a lot more to it.
I love this. Thank you so much, Toni,
You're welcome.
for this, because the wealth of wisdom that you've given about the speaking industry is probably nuanced to a lot of people out there. Now, before we leave, I want to ask you a question.
All right.
If there's one word of wisdom that you can give somebody just on their life's journey, not just those who want to be a speaker, but those who, may be down because of, our society is not even predictable anymore. There was a time where we dreamed and we kind of got excited about life and dreams and the journey of life. Now, there's a lot of fear.
Right.
If there's one word of encouragement you can give our viewers right now, what would that be?
I know it's 2 words. Okay. And the first thing comes to mind is fail forward. If you're not failing, you're not pushing yourself. So make mistakes and understand that your beginning is not the same as somebody else's end. So don't look at other people and say, well, she's much farther along than I am. Well, maybe she started earlier. Maybe it's a different journey. Everyone has their own journey. Tell this to my son. He's 23 and he's like, I should be here. I should be you have your own journey. Yeah. So just know that just as long as you're stepping forward, you're moving in the right direction.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that.
You have to be your biggest cheerleader. I think that's one thing, is you have to really pump yourself up. Today I'm going to do this, and be a cheerleader, and don't expect your family to do there, because they're going to be the ones that have said, told you couldn't do it. Knew you weren't good enough. I actually have a husband that has been extremely supportive and wonderful. And he's like, oh my God, I can't believe what you've done. And it's great, but he's not an entrepreneur. He's someone who was in the aerospace engineering business for, 55 years. So he doesn't understand that entrepreneurial thing. And your family probably doesn't understand it either. So find other entrepreneurs to get into a room with and to get the support you need. Here at eWomenNetwork, we believe in lifting others as you climb.
That's good.
And we also believe in giving first, sharing always, and giving back. So it's just like you have to be in a supportive environment where people understand your struggles and say, hey, listen, I've been there. Let me help you.
This has been amazing.
Oh, good.
I love Toni. As you can see, she's amazing. And I hope that you will find out more about her. Tell them where they can find you. Is it Toni Caruso?
It's at eWomenNetwork.com would probably be the best where to go.
Okay.
To the speaker network. And you can find information, and love to chat.
Excellent. Find Toni Caruso. I am just, can I call you Auntie Toni? Because
it makes me feel so old.
No.
I'm a very young aunt.
Yes, but it's not.
No, you can call me whatever you want, because I adore you.
I call her Auntie Toni. Let me tell you why. Because there is a level of wisdom that she brings. This has nothing to do with age. See,
I know, but that's where I went. Yeah, that's where the mind goes.
No, I understand. I get it. Yeah. But we're not going there. We're going with the wisdom. So our own is wisdom. I have to call you Auntie Toni, because what you gave today really was touching and life-giving, and you just can't. Toni Caruso.
Yeah.
I know that's your personality. For what you gave, Auntie Toni, thank you.
Oh, you are so welcome.
Yeah.
You are so welcome.
So this is Linda Ayoade with the Wildlife and Business Conference, talking to the amazing Toni Caruso, that is now my Auntie Toni. And I'm super excited that you're going to be one of our WOW speakers.
I cannot wait. If you are in the area, you need to be in the room. That's all I have to say.
Love it. In the area, in the room. If you're out of the area, you can still be in the room too.
You can drive here.
Yes, yes. But if you're in the area, you need to be in the room without excuse. And I'm so happy to have you today. So thank you.
You are so welcome.
Today. So we look forward to another segment. I'm going to definitely invite you back. Are you going to come back?
I will come back anytime.
Oh, we're having Toni again. Yay! Thank you so much for this time, and I look forward to you all getting to enjoy Toni again. Thank you again. I'm Linda Ayoade with the Wildlife and Business Conference, and we'll see you at the conference.
Awesome.